Hi, and welcome back to Wednesday Wisdom here at Judaica.com. I'm Mazik. This is Chana. And we hope you had a nice Rosh Hashanah, Shana Tova. Yes, it ended last night. It was it was a nice 2 days.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it's nice to keep chugging through the holidays.
Yes.
Because we have a few of them coming up, including
Yes.
what's coming up next week. Next week we
Yom
got
Kippur.
Yom Kippur is coming up next week, which obviously everyone knows is an important day on the calendar.
Yes.
But you know, it's one of the two happiest days of the year.
I did know that.
You did know that. You were aware of that. Okay, because that and Tu B'Av, which I know we spoke about over the summer. We spoke about the 15th of Av when the girls would go out to the fields and dressed in white to get married.
Right.
It was a good day for marriage, which is always fun. But Yom Kippur is actually the same kind of thing. The girls would go out dressed in white again, and it actually coincides very nicely with the harvest period because the end of the grape harvest is actually coming up this week, and it coincided with these 2 days coincided bookend the beginning and the end of the harvest, which is good because then obviously come Sukkot you take your fruits and you go to
Your tents, your huts.
Yeah, but you travel to Jerusalem to go eat. It was a special time to travel, and it was obviously the end of the harvest season when you've had all your stuff. You got all your stuff ready to go. So Yom Kippur, right? It's coming up as a fast day. Sundown to sundown. It's definitely a long fast. But now that this year it's been a little later because we had an extra month of Adar back in February, which pushes the year out a little bit later this year, the Jewish calendar out a little bit later, which means that obviously as we get later into the fall, the time changes, the days get a little shorter. So from a fast day perspective, actually like today is actually also a fast. Today's the fast of Gedalia.
Mm-hmm.
It's also my mother's Hebrew birthday, so happy birthday, Mom. The days get a little shorter, so the fast will end, my assumption is somewhere between 7 and 7:30, somewhere in that range.
I think so.
Probably closer to 7 than 7:30 even.
Yeah, I think it's like 7:15, 7:20.
Yeah, so it's, you get it's a little bit easier than like Tisha B'Av when it's like almost, and here in DC, it's almost like 9 o'clock you're breaking your fast.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we have here today, Chana? What's going on?
So we have a collection of different machzorim, and then of course yahrzeit candles.
Machzor for Yom Kippur.
Yes.
Because it's one of those days when it's got its own special prayer sections to go on. So let's talk about yahrzeit candles for a second. I know we've spoken about yahrzeit candles on Wednesday Wisdom here in the past, but why do we like yahrzeit candles on Yom Kippur?
So they are memorial candles, and we have different kinds, as you can see, made with different waxes, or if it's something, these are
beeswax.
Yes, that one is beeswax. This is regular wax, and
these are like holders,
yes,
little holders.
This is a holder, and this is just your standard kind of memorial candle, burns for 26 hours.
So we light them on Yom Kippur specifically because it's almost like what one does on a yahrzeit, I believe, right? It's for people that have passed on, and we, obviously on the day that they died, we remember them. We light a yahrzeit candle in their honor. We do the same thing on Rosh Hashanah. On Sukkot. We do the same thing.
Yom Kippur.
On Yom Kippur, we do the same thing.
You're getting all the holidays ready.
I'm getting all the holidays in there, but we do the same thing on Yom Kippur. It's not so that, like, sometimes people use your yahrzeit candles on Rosh Hashanah so that you have a fire ready to go from day 1 to day 2. With Yom Kippur, that's not the case. You actually light them in memory of the people that have died. In fact, we also say Yisker on Yom Kippur. We have Yisker on Yom Kippur. Now, we do have one note of caution. Chana, what happened this Yontif?
Yes, this Yontif. Please be very careful with your yahrzeit candles. Someone in my building had a plastic yahrzeit candle, and it was not in like a metal container or water.
Which is why we sell things like this, so you can replace them.
Right.
So you just gotta be a little careful with. It's not. And by the way, it's not just. It's
any candle. Please.
That you're going to be leaving for a period of time, including your Shabbos candles. So the fire, they caught fire, and
yes,
the fire
luckily,
department had come,
yes, yeah, luckily someone was in the apartment and it was able to do, but it did smoke out some of the floor. But that's why, you don't want to put it on a plastic tray, you want to put it on a metal tray or in a ceramic dish with water at the bottom. You want to
somewhere
take caution that it's not going to
whatever it is, you should have a lip around like a metal tray, whatever it is. But have a lip, because if the wax starts leaking out, it's going to become liquid, and it can catch. Obviously, it burns, so it catches fire, and you just don't want that leaking out. So you want to make sure that whatever it is you're doing, it's contained in some type of metal. Like, see, the candle is actually in a metal container. So even if God forbid something does happen, it contains itself within the item. And this is obviously a holder for those candles. This is a one, but this is a glass container as well. It's a little easier, but I can tell you that sometimes these wicks will like bend a little bit. You can see they're long wicks; they'll bend a little bit. And I've had glass explode on me before in my house. Yeah. It can be a little bit dangerous, so just be careful.
Right.
All right, moving on to the machzorim. We have a number of different options here. We have more options, by the way, on the website. Yes. With a lot of books, we send them directly from the manufacturer, so that you get obviously the newest editions that they have. But from what we have in stock here in the warehouse, these are people that have either returned it or stuff that we've had in stock before. This is stuff that you take a look at, but this is the Nusach Hari, the machzor that Chabad uses. We have this is actually it's a really nice edition. It's with Hebrew with a lot of explanations here in Hebrew. They do come in full in English, like it's Hebrew with an English translation, and then we have another one that's actually Hebrew. It's a Hebrew with explanations in English. It's a machzor both for Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah in the same volume. We have that too. That's a brown cover. It's a light brown cover. The red cover is Yom Kippur on its own, but in English. The green cover is obviously. In fact, I'm not even sure this is in print anymore. I'm not going to lie. I think it might not be in print anymore. That might be a case. If not, but they do have nice. We do have nice volumes from the Chabad. Yeah. This is from Art Scroll. This is English, Hebrew. Sfard. This is the Sfard, Nusach Sfard. We have Nusach Ashkenaz as well. Now, one thing you'll note with Art Scroll is that you can get interlinear, you can get transliterated. So if you want to follow a translator, so you want to follow along, but you can't read Hebrew, which is fine. Art Scroll makes a volume for you that you can follow along with transliterated letters that you can follow. It has the Hebrew, it has the transliterated into English, as well as the English translation. They have that for Yom Kippur, and obviously they have it for everything else as well. You have the regular Hebrew English, and then over here you can see this is just the Hebrew with English instructions, just like we had with the Chabad Siddur. Now, one thing I will tell you is that for Art Scroll, Art Scroll is really the one that does it the most. We have a Koran, I think, also. Yes. We have a few different types of things, but Art Scroll, you can really where you can really vary with these things is in the finishes for the cover. They come in leather, in 3 different kinds of leather, and the colors: white, pink, brown, red. I don't know. There's a ton of colors.
Yeah, there's a lot of
and you can buy them. You can buy them in context of a set as well. So if you wanted to get somebody a present for their bar mitzvah, whatever it is, or wedding, you can get them the Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Pesach, and Shavuos. It's a 5-volume set, and you can buy that. It comes with a nice little cardboard. I guess it's a sleeve with 5 books in it.
It's like a library sleeve.
Yeah, it's a nice thing. You can stick it on a bookshelf. It looks nice. And actually, I think you can even get them imprinted with but you have to call about that. I think we spoke about that before. Like in this area right here, you see a little section. You can do that. As far as what's this, so if you're like me, and I sat in shul, the last 2 days. Most people are like me. They're davening. Their head is in the siddur. But there's a lot of liturgy to get through, and not just that. The chazan, the cantor, is really taking care of a lot of it's a lot less, there's participation, but there's also times when you're sitting down and you're, the chazan is just reading, and, they're singing and whatnot, but sometimes you want to know what's going on or you want something a little extra different to read. So this book actually helps you with that. It helps you go through, especially if you don't know what a lot of the customs are that we're doing. And there's a lot of things, like little things obviously this deals in context of what the 10 days of repentance are about, but it goes through the the Torah reading portions that are read on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. This talks about and what's going on in them, how to do it, what sort of the what you're going to be doing. Like here it's sort of like when the Kohanim go up to bless the congregation, what is the protocols for all of that. I mean, this sort of really helps you. This helps you get through, sort of navigate those intricacies. Yeah, that's a good word. We have other books also, by the way, that they're on the website for really to understand Jewish thought, to get into understand the concept behind repentance. I mean, we have a ton of those books available, and if there's something there that you see or whatever it is, or I recommend going to other places also. If you don't see what you want on our site, we have a lot of stuff, but there is an abundance of Jewish literature out there for especially related to the holidays, that certainly can be of help if you're looking for something to to augment or to augment the service, because it's a lot of time in the sense, especially on next Wednesday when Yom Kippur, there's no lunch. You get a break, but the break's not that long, and maybe you go home, take a little bit of a nap, but you got to come right back. So it's I think there's a lot of stuff out there. This is just one token of what's there.
Yes.
And I just want to let everyone know we still have the contest going on there,
Yes.
right? What do you do? So last week we had Dr. Lorgel on talking about her books.
Correct.
Specifically Koala Challah. So I will tell you, I ate lunch with somebody this week. Over the weekend, who happens to work here in the office, and we were talking about different books to read to our kids, and Koala Challah came up, and I said, she was in the office and you met her. He's like, what do you mean? I said, yeah, you said hello, I introduced you, this was it. He's like, I had no idea that was who it was, and how excited he was when he found out. He says that it's his daughter's favorite book. And so I had a chance to look it up. It's actually really interesting. But again, use the term Koala Challah, like and share the post, right? What else you gotta do?
That's it.
That's it. Like, share the post.
And write Koala Challah. And code Wednesday was code Wisdom.
Wisdom will get you 5% off everything here, including the books you see.
Yes.
Have an easy fast today if you're fasting. Have an easy fast next week if you're fasting. We will be on hiatus due to the holiday next week, and we will come back to you. Wait, I don't know. We next week is after Sukkot.
So we might have a little.
To be decided.
I'm not sure. I'm not.
I don't think so. We may have to have a Wednesday Wisdom like a Wednesday Thursday.
Oh, could be.
Like a Thursday.
I don't know. It could be that this might be the last one before Sukkot also. In which case we didn't do anything for Sukkot. But okay, no, we'll try to get something in over the holiday.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.